All
Okay.
right, today we have Bobbie come back. I want to talk about our last conversation earlier about the dementia village and dementia community friendly. I want to see how you're feeling about that because you have been working with them for 10 years.
Now, I didn't quite hear you. Your mic is muffled a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
Uh,
My mind for this one is not good. That's why my notebook today is not good today conditions. I have to use.
Okay, but you want to know how I feel about what now?
The dementia community friendly.
Hmm. Um, good question. Dementia. Well, let's put it this way. Dementia has so many different avenues.
Yes.
Your different stages from stage 1 to stage 4 before it becomes full-blown Alzheimer's, and trying to figure out the best way to work with each stage can be a little daunting.
Oh,
That was why I said I wanted to talk today about the caregiver.
right.
The main reason, every caregiver is going to be different, and every client is going to be different.
Right.
Whether it's a loved one or someone taking care of someone else's relative or family member, it's all going to be a little different. So the reason I wanted to speak on the caregivers need to understand they need to take care of themselves first.
Right.
On an airplane, the first thing they tell you is if the oxygen mask come down, you put yours on first so that you can take care of someone else. You can't take care of them if you're passed out.
That's right. Right.
So caregivers need to make sure that they have time for themselves. Most places have what's called respite care. Respite care is where you can get someone to come in and work for you just so that you can have some time off.
Right.
Here in the United States, every major city has respite care.
Okay.
You can look it up and find some organization that has people who will come in, just sit with the person for a while you can get a nap or go do shopping, or they can actually come in and be the one to be there at night to watch the loved one so that you can get a good night's sleep. If you're not in the best of health, then the best thing is to find someone that can help you. Do not try to do the whole thing by yourself. It can be so daunting to the point that you get frustrated. And the last thing you want to do, especially if it's a family member, you don't want to be frustrated with them. You can get a little short-tempered, you can get aggravated, and then that only makes the problem even more daunting. What you'd like to do is to be able to be friendly and loving and understanding with the person, and sometimes that can be tough.
Right.
So the best thing to do, make sure you have a good night's sleep, which I haven't had tonight. A good night's sleep. Make sure that you are able to take care of your own health. If you have to get someone while you go to the doctor, while you get checked out, make sure that you are taking care of yourself as far as nutrition is concerned, that you're eating properly, that you're making sure you get your exercise. Good thing, especially if the client can still walk, go walk together. Take a little stroll around the yard or down the driveway and back. But you need to get fresh air and exercise just like they did. One of the other things that's really important is that you understand that your mental health is okay, because this can be a strain on your mental health. If you find that you're getting irritated, short-tempered, you may need to seek some extra help yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not to say that, you're going crazy, you're losing your mind. You're just getting stressed.
Right.
And as soon as you notice that your temperament is changing, contact a psychologist, a friend, someone that you can talk to. Sometimes you just need to be able to talk it out. someone that you can trust to talk to, that's not going to tell all your business to the whole world, but someone that you can talk to and get it off your chest that, mom or dad or grandma, whoever you're taking care of, is really giving me a hard time now. I really need some relief. I need someone that can understand what I'm going through. I tried to talk it over with my husband or my wife or whatever, and they don't seem to understand. Well, if they're not doing the day-to-day care, they're not going to understand.
Exactly.
So you need to talk to someone who is actually going through this or who has a background in it so that they can understand how you're feeling, what you're going through, why you're feeling the way you're doing, so that they can talk you through it.
Right.
Sometimes you just need someone, that old saying, you need a shoulder to cry on. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
There are days when I have crying spells. It's nothing wrong with that. When things just get so frustrating that, in my case, that's just a release for me. Just a good cry. They say tears tend to wash away the sorrow. So it's nothing wrong with a good cry every now and then. Get it out. Caregivers need to understand that they're human too. You have emotions, you have feelings, and you have to understand that you've got to take care of yourself. Who's going to be there to take care of your loved one if you're broken down and sick and can't take care of them? Take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Every now and then treat yourself to maybe going to the spa or just going to get, to the nail salon. Go get your hair done. Do something different. Go to the store and buy a new outfit. I know that makes me feel good. New pair of shoes. Just do something to build up your own morale, to make you feel better. Because a lot of times, and people who do not take care of a dementia person don't understand that you tear yourself down because you feel, am I doing enough for the person? Can I do more? Can I do better? You're questioning yourself. You're beating up on yourself. And that's not good. It's not good at all. So you need to take care of your physical self, your mental self, and your spiritual self. If it means every now and then that you've got to just go into the room and meditate, get a room where it's quiet, away from everything, just to, depending on whether you say prayers or what. But if nothing else, maybe yoga, something that's going to help you just calm yourself down, bring yourself to a level where you feel confident in what you're doing, you feel comfortable in what you're doing, and you're not stressing yourself. A lot of people tend to forget you are not a robot. You're not Superman. You are not a superhero. You are a human being. And you're going to have to treat yourself that way. Otherwise, you're going to burn out. And you're going to wonder why all of a sudden, the least little thing that your loved one does becomes an irritant. All of a sudden now it's making you angry or short-tempered. You don't want that to happen because you love that person and you want the best for them. But there are days where it can really stress you out, especially if things aren't going quite right. If they're not wanting to take a bath, if they're not wanting to eat, they don't want to take their medicine, they don't want to talk to you, all these different things that are all piling up in one day. And all of a sudden you just want to throw your hands up and say, I've had it. I'm tired. I can't take it anymore. So take care of yourself as a caregiver. Be kind to yourself. Love on yourself every now and then. I tell people that there's nothing wrong with loving on yourself. So just be kind to yourself and take all of it in stride. We're all going through this. All of us who are caregivers, we know what it's like. So if you know a friend or a neighbor who's doing the same thing, call them and just say, I just need to talk for a minute. Or call them and say, is everything okay? Can I help you?
When you said that, someone told you, in North Carolina, there's a Facebook. They have one group called dementia support group. Have you heard that before?
Never heard of that one.
One of the lady mentioned about the PACE program to her. She said she worked for the PACE program, the PACE.
Okay.
Are you familiar with PACE program?
Well, PACE is an organization that works with senior citizens.
Right.
And I'm familiar with PACE. I've worked with PACE before, especially the one in Charlotte. Not necessarily dementia. They don't have to have any type of dementia.
Right.
It's just senior citizens in general. They take them to doctor's appointments. They bring them in for exercise. They take them shopping. They do just a lot for senior citizens. It's a great program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's more like a caregiver kind of care program.
Yeah. But it's a very good program. I've worked with PACE on a couple of different occasions. We've had health fairs, and PACE came to our health fair to explain. I tell people PACE is one of the best kept secrets in the world because a lot of people don't know about them, and they are there.
And know about that.
Yeah, it's a really great program, and people just don't send.
They mentioned about you can only sign up here when you're age 55.
Age 55. Anywhere age 55 and up. I think their oldest one is like 100 years old. But yeah, from age 55 and up, and they really work with them. They can actually bring them to their facility, or they can go to the person's home. Right. So it depends on what it is you need, or how much help you need, whether they just need someone to come in every now and then to help bathe a client, or you need someone just to go do the grocery shopping. They will do as much or as little as you need them to do. And it's almost like a la carte. You can pick out the services that you need, and they bill you accordingly based on what services you need. And that's how they bill you. The fewer services, the lower the bill. The more that you need, the bill is going to be a little higher. They do accept Medicare, Medicaid, so that helps out if the client has those services, those benefits. But yeah, PACE is an awesome place. They have, one of the facilities actually has a therapeutic pool in there. So the person, if they're going through problems with arthritis or whatever, they can actually give them water therapy. So it just depends on what you need. But PACE is an awesome organization.
And what is the pricing budget for PACE service?
The what about PACE? The
price you mentioned about.
The prices, I don't know them offhand. I said that they don't publish their prices. What you would do, you'd have to call and talk to one of the representatives there. And what they generally do is set up an appointment, because they want you to come in and actually look at the facility and see what they have to offer. And like I said, it's awesome. I like the fact that, a lot of times with places where you place parents or relatives, they only want you to come on certain days and all, while they have it looking really nice and everybody's full staff. You don't have to worry about that. You can drop in anytime, and the place always looks good, smells good. The residents are seeming to have a good time. They have exercise classes. They have all kinds of things for them to do, arts and crafts. They take them out on different trips. So like, let's say today is the trip to Walmart. So everybody gets to go to Walmart today to shop. So it just depends on what it is that you need. But the representative would sit down there and go over the pricing with you. But they do not publish any prices. No.
So they like a big daycare, adult daycare?
It's a type of daycare for those that need to come there. But like I said, it's not just daycare. They can actually do respite care. They can go to the home. They can take them to doctor's appointments. They can do just about anything you need to have them to do. It's a whole list of services that are available through PACE. So it just depends on what you need.
So how about the PACE trainer? They are social worker or what they are?
You said trainer?
Yeah, they're trained. What do they train for? Because they're gonna taking care of the elderly. What's the background?
Now most of the ones that are there either have psychology or nursing experience. The psychology part, that's with working with mainly those that have dementia and things of that nature.
Right.
But then a lot of them are CNAs or LPNs, licensed practical nurses, or they do have a registered nurse on staff at all their locations.
Mhm.
They can administer medication as long as they have the actual pill bottles. They can't, you can't just bring some medicine and say, I need my mom to take this medicine, or my dad has to have this at 12 o'clock. They have to have the actual bottle
Mhm.
because they have to see how it's supposed to be administered.
Right.
But they have a registered nurse on duty that can administer medication.
Mhm.
They can administer shots for people who have diabetes and have to take insulin. They can do just about anything that you would need to have done
Mhm.
that will take care of anyone 55 and older.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Now,
do they have the rehab center, like a blind rehab center kind of thing?
the center, it's they let me see. Every facility is a little different. Now, the one that I'm really familiar with is on the east side of Charlotte,
Mhm.
and it's in a shopping center.
Oh.
It's on the end of the shopping center, so they have a glass door, sliding glass door on the other side, so that they can bring in people in wheelchairs or people that have to be brought in on walkers or things of that nature. Now, I say 55, but let me make a correction here real quick. If there is a young person
Mhm.
who has a mental disorder or what, they will work with them.
Mhm.
I do remember seeing a young girl there, and she couldn't have been more than maybe in her 30s.
Oh.
But normally they say 55 and
Right.
up. But again, when you would go in and talk to the representative, if there was a younger person in there that needed some of their services, they would work something out. The only reason they say 55 and older is because, again, you're talking about Medicaid, Medicare, and those are payment plans that they will accept. If there would be someone younger, you'd have to work out, personal pay. Private pay is acceptable, but they would rather work things out with the insurance company.
I see.
Yeah.
All right, so they are still part of the insurance program because you said they carry out with Medicare.
Yeah, that is their main function, is people with some type of mental incapacitation. That's why I'm saying I wanted to correct it about the age, because this young girl had something. I don't know whether she had a stroke or what, but you could tell she wasn't functioning at 100%, and she was not 55. So there's a possibility that maybe if there's somebody that had a stroke or that had something that affected their mind, they could possibly still work with them. So that's why I wanted to correct that about 55 before you go, oh no, they had take someone younger. I guess it's on a case-by-case basis.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Thank you so much for sharing the past information. And I think everybody can just go to the website because they have different state and different locations, and look into it, and maybe discuss with your local insurance agency about what they would care about.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Bobbie,
And you all have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Today we talk about more like a caregiver kind of 101, because if you want to think someone who is professional or both, you have to take care of yourself first. So remember that is you don't want to burn out, and you want to save yourself before you can save others. This is really a journey to go in rules about what you have to go through. Today, actually, when we recording is 10:10, is double 10, is our homeland Taiwan anniversary, our Independence Day, like July 4th. So it's going to be holiday for us. So this kind of year, positive color. And see you next week. Good night, everyone.